Hello and welcome to the mains PYQ discussion by Neenv. We have a 12.5 mark question from 2015. Why did the Industrial Revolution first occur in England? Discuss the quality of life of the people there during the industrialization. And third part, how does it compare with that of India in present times? So it's a three-part question. Why it occurred in England first, second, the quality of life of people during that time, third, how it compared with India in present time. So we have followed the similar structure: why, quality of life, and comparison with the people of India. First, we'll start with what exactly is industrialization. It's a process of production of goods aided by technological advancements. That's the definition, and it occurred in India by 17 in Britain by 1750s. We'll set the question in its context in the intro itself. Now, why it took place in Britain first? That's the first part. First of all, there were agrarian surplus. Right. So the system at that time was feudal. Land was the major form of capital. Now, from land, when you're getting more and more capital, more and more surplus, what do you do with this money? You use it for other things. You use it for innovation, use it for investment. So these things helped Britain. Agrarian surplus. Next, scientific revolution. Connected with the first thing. Rotherham flow was invented in 1730. Now this comes science comes with scientific inventions comes with necessity. When you have surplus, you can invest. When you invest, you will get results. When you get results, you will understand its importance and you will further invest. This is a cyclical process. Europe also had natural resources like coal. So that is also one of the major reasons why it happened there first. When you look at the imports of India during that time from Europe, or the import from Europe to generally in world, it was more of natural resources like coal. Then Royal Society in Britain. So this is the center of progressive thought. The education at that time in centers of learning in Europe was very progressive and modern. Natural sciences, what we call physics, chemistry, biology, there was given importance. Next up, the Protestant ethics. That is also one reason. What gives importance to work culture and wealth accumulation. That ethics also helped them. When it comes to the quality of life in Britain or England during that time, it was not very flowery. Rapid urbanization took place. We can give it London as an example for that, and it led to urban issues as well. The formation of slums because of lack of proper administration, pollution. So there was a situation when British Parliament had to be closed because of the pollution in Thames River. So everything that we see in third world countries, the so-called third world countries at present, can be seen in Britain of 1750s or 1800s. Even life expectancy is going down. Class divide, the divide between rich and poor. Income inequality is something that we discuss in the context of India even now. The top 1% holds 50% of the wealth. Such stats are very common. This is common during that time. And it is that context that leads to writings like that of Karl Marx, where you talk about dethroning the class who owns everything by the class who works for everything. So this is a social condition or the economic condition that leads to such writings. So the quality of life is not very good. Finally, comparison with contemporary Indian society. The first point can be income inequality. Second is unplanned urbanization. So these are same points that we mentioned in the second part. We'll bring it in the Indian context and you can give some examples or analysis to substantiate this. The Oxfam report can be given here. Unplanned urbanization, you can give the example of slums in Mumbai like Dharavi. Economic growth is happening because rapid urbanization is happening in India as well. You have tier 2 cities like Gurgaon growing. Then exploitation of workers is taking place because you have a higher demand for jobs. When there are higher demand for jobs, people can be kept for lower wages. So exploitation of workers is happening. The nature of family is also changing because you have to migrate. When you have to migrate, you cannot take your entire joint family within you. So nuclear families are emerging. So these are the changes that can be seen in India, the same changes that was visible in France or Europe at that time, in Britain at that time. In the conclusion, we'll give a positive note. We have to take exposure and learnings from the past and how Britain transformed themselves. For example, take the case of Thames River. It's one of the cleanest rivers in the world now. How Britain transformed the polluted Thames to the modern day Thames. These are the kind of learning that we have to take from history and implement in modern India. So that's how we'll conclude this on a positive note. So that's it. Thank you for listening.